Hey guys, what's up? Tamil here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about why people join network marketing businesses. Why do people sign up as members to these type of businesses in the first place? Well, that's the topic for today, and I'm going to share with you a couple of reasons why I see people joining these type of business models. And I say business models because it's not your typical corporation or typical business. You don't have managers, you don't have employees, really. You don't have directors and supervisors and things like that. So this is a model that's actually quite the opposite of what you would find in most businesses. So one of the things I want to talk about today is why people join MLMs. So let's just look at some reasons why the average person would probably join, just based off of what they may hear. So one reason why they may join is maybe just to make an additional side income. They're gonna add it as a side hustle to what they're already doing, which is probably working their regular 9 to 5. And it's a great way to start off making some part-time income, especially since it won't really interfere with your job if you're really managing your time really well. So that's one reason why it's good. And it's another reason why people do join is because they don't have to actually get a second job. With getting a second job, now you're looking at spending more hours at a second job, whether it's 4 or 5 hours, and it's not going to be really scalable to make money at a job. I mean, yeah, you can get raises, but not compared to this type of business model. So people will join these type of businesses basically believing that they'll make an extra 400, 500, whatever their desired side income is. So people do take on these businesses as additional income, which is may require them to actually do some personal development, because these type of business models are not easy to have success in. Basically, network marketing can be quite challenging. So people will find that out probably later on down the line. But that's one reason why people do join network marketing businesses, basically believing that they'll get another side income. So I can kind of remember my first time when I was introduced to the network marketing business. And it was a relative that introduced me to this business model. The person that sold them some products was asking for referrals. And they said, hey, do you know anybody else that might be interested in either getting an extra income on the side, or someone that might be interested in these type of products? So my relative said, yeah, I know someone that might be. So they basically connected the two of us, whatever. She called us, or she called myself, and I talked to her, and she told me a little bit about what she did. And so I said, yeah, why not? At that time, I was pretty much open to, getting into something that would probably create an additional income, at the time. So that's kind of how I got introduced to it. And you know what? When I first got introduced, I drove about an hour to this place, to see, a company presentation. So it was a presentation that I went to. I didn't watch a video, I didn't call in on the phone and listen to a recording. I didn't watch Zoom or anything like that. I actually went to a presentation that was held at a hotel. So once I left from there, I'm going to be honest, I didn't really understand the whole model, but I have seen the words like multi-level marketing or MLM online, but never really took the time to see how it worked. So when they were talking about comp plans and making X amount of dollars every single month and, adding people to your organization, I was like, oh, so that's what, that's kind of about. I still didn't understand, how, I mean, I knew you needed to have a lot of people, but, I was confused, like a lot of people are confused sometimes when I introduced them to, this type of business model. So, for a lot of people, this is, a pretty good route. And for myself at the time, it was something that I was introduced to, and I actually like it. As time went by, I began to like it more and more because I realized that it could be leveraged, and I realized that I could make passive income. I think that was the first time that I actually ever heard of passive income, or, residual income, just knowing how you make it on a, consistent basis. So, when we talk about, why people join these type of businesses, for a lot of people, it's the best route to financial freedom. It's like the most realistic, route that an average person can go if they wanted to make, an additional income and actually leave their job. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of people out here that see like working their job is like the only route, and the only way that I'm going to get out of working my job is when I retire someday, down the line, then I'll be able to, have, some money saved up, maybe through a 401k or, something of that matter. So, for a person to be able to leave their job, and make a passive income, it's not something that they really see right now. So, it's the closest thing for, to get, financial freedom, and some people only look at, making a residual income through Social Security. So social insecurity rather, so, you have to wait then until you're like 60 plus years old, until you can get that. And so for me, that's just way too far out there. That's a long way to go. And some people are willing to go that mile. But for others that have a different vision, they're like, okay, this might be a different way for me to go. So, taking on this type of business model, and running with it can really have, great, rewards down the line. So, if you're somebody that, say you're in your 20s and you're looking at, retiring someday, you're looking at probably 40 years down the line to retire. And that's a long time to be staring at, especially if you're in your 20s. If you're in your 30s, that could be a long time. And nowadays, some people can't retire in their 60s. So I don't know about you, but that's a long time for me. And I don't want to wait that long to be able to, basically get another income or leave my job. So today, there's other ways of being able to do that. And, another reason why people would probably consider joining, network marketing businesses is because they probably were a customer service first. Maybe someone, introduced them to some products and they like the products and they say, hey, well, maybe I'll try, this product right here. And they tried it, loved it. And usually 9 times out of 10, the people that transition from being a customer to being a, business partner are those that have results. So those that have results, they've gotten substantial results, and now it's through their testimony that they're going out telling people about what they've experienced. And so now the testimony is real. Now, what they believe in is real, and they don't really have to sell it because now they're just telling their story. So, despite, this whole thing about recruiting all the time, there are people, thousands and thousands of customers that actually purchase products from multi-level marketing businesses, and they like it and they enjoy it, and there are those that say, okay, well, I just enjoy the, purchasing the products. I'm not really interested in the business, which is fine because I never push the business on people like that. There are people that just want the products, and that's a great thing. So, if that's the route that people want to go, then that's fine. I'm okay with that. So there are people that, are customers first, and then they transition over to being a business partner. And honestly, we will call that, recruiting out of your customer base. And that can be the best route, honestly, for people to go. So you have customers that come into, these products, they love them, and then they transition into being, making it basically a business. So that's another reason why people might end up joining a network marketing business, is that they ended up being a customer first, before anything else, So another thing too is, which I kind of hate, because this part right here actually gives network marketing businesses such a bad name, because one of the other reasons why people might, consider even joining a network marketing business is because they're kind of sold on this fantasy of what's presented to them in the media. So when people think about network marketing businesses, they think about get rich quick schemes. They think about, okay, it's a pyramid, and they think about, making, of course, a lot of money, but then they're also thinking about, okay, I can make a lot of money in a short period of time and I never have to go back to a job. So it's this fantasy that, that they have about, basically being financially free, time freedom, doing it in a short period of time and just never having to think about ever working for someone else again. So, the fact that you can fire your boss is a good thing, because think about it. There are millions of people all around the world that hate their job. I mean, they hate going to their job. This idea of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting ready, hitting that alarm button, or even just looking at the clock and it says 5 o'clock so quick, because you lay your head down and the next thing you know, it's the next morning. And you have to get up, and next thing you gotta commute to the job. That can be a headache depending on where you live. And so you get to this job and you're looking at people that you don't like, that you gotta work with people that you can't stand being around, but you gotta work in this environment. Why? Because you gotta get the paycheck to pay bills and whatever. So you're going to this job and then you're there and you can't wait until half the day is there. You can go on a break, and then now you can't wait just to go home because you've been staring at the clock all day to do the same thing over and over again. And then you finally get to Friday, which is like, thank God it's Friday day, all for the weekend to be 2 days go by just like that. And now you're back at Monday. So this whole thing of being able to, fire your boss is a real big thing for a lot of people, and they're sold on that because millions of people hate their job. Even for people that have, gone into careers that they thought that they would love and enjoy. They went to college and they're like, yeah, I want to be, in this type of profession. I want to be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, whatever. And you get into these type of careers and you hate them, because there's more to it than just, studying books all day long. You have to, work with certain people. The industries change, things change, time change, companies are doing things differently. So once you get into these careers, you realize, okay, this isn't what I want. What else can I do? I'll go back to school. Or we have things like this in network marketing, which we call our plan B. And this is when people start getting introduced to their plan B because the plan A basically isn't working out anymore. So, firing your boss is a wonderful thing if you can find a way to make money and not be present. And that's the thing, making money and not having to show up to your job. So that's what network marketing can offer to a lot of people. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not really easy to do. I mean, this businesses has its, pros and cons to it, and it is not for everyone, but it's a plan B. Just like jobs really aren't for everyone. But most people don't have a plan B. So, another thing too is, with this whole fantasy that people are sold on is that they're going to make a lot of money. And what people would make in a year, people can make in a month's time. And that's true. But with this fantasy that they see on, on the internet, or maybe what their upline has told them, or what people have told them about coming into the business, what they don't know is along with doing that comes a certain amount of work and work ethic. See, you don't get to go to your job and just completely do nothing and make a whole lot of money. They expect so much out of you as well. So the same comes with these type of, network marketing businesses, is that it's probably going to require even more work than you've ever done. And this is where a lot of people end up falling off, because they're like, oh my goodness, this is a lot of work. Look how much I have to do just to make money. And so it's this fantasy that goes on about, making money, firing your boss, having passive income, not having to go to a job again. And, what you want, it to do is really, have, freedom with your time, and so people join network marketing businesses thinking that, you know, if I can just get up and going, then this is something that, you know, that I can have. So do what you want to do with your time, but are you willing to have the, you know, make the sacrifice, you know, to do it or to get to that point? So now, you know, if you're an inspiring entrepreneur, you know, and you want to take more control over your life and you just want to have, you know, more financial freedom in your life, then, you know, you don't want to tune into my channel, because on this channel, you know, I'm always doing free training. I'm creating videos, you know, to help entrepreneurs, you know, build their business from home online, because that's what I do. So, you know, if you think you want to learn more about this, then definitely subscribe to my channel, because I teach entrepreneurs, you know, how to make part-time to full-time income while they're still working their 9 to 5. Yes, while they're still working their 9 to 5, because a lot of times when you're online, you see everyone, they're beyond the 9 to 5. I've already quit my job and this is what I'm doing, and, you know, I'm having this great business. But what about the people that are actually in the middle of it, still working their 9 to 5, you know, and they're trying to build this thing that's on the side that they're hoping to be, you know, something more. So basically, that's what I do right here on this channel. If you think you want to learn more about, you know, making money from home and making money online, then subscribe to my channel. You know, make sure that you hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of my future episodes. Okay, so also drop me a message down in the comment section below. I do check messages. I do, you know, reply. So send me a message, you know, if you have any more questions about what you heard today, about, you know, joining the network marketing business. Maybe you are interested in joining one and you want to know more information, or maybe you haven't joined one, or maybe you're in one and you hate it or whatever that is. But, you know, make sure that you definitely drop me a message down below. Okay, and lastly, go to the description and check out the free resource that I've prepared for you guys. You know, it's a cheat sheet for you network marketers out there that are, you know, basically trying to build your business on social media. It's a daily method of operation. Pretty much like a step-by-step, you know, cheat sheet for you to follow, so that it can help you get, you know, more leads, you know, more conversation going with people and more engagement. Because I'm online, and when I see people on social media, so many network marketers are they're just doing it like all wrong. You know, they know that there's opportunity out there, you know, to grow their business online, but it's kind of like they fail to get the proper training, you know, to grow their business. Plus, you know, most of them, you know, they just don't know what to do on a daily basis. You know, what should I be doing daily, you know, on social media, so that I can get more people, you know, reaching out to me about my business. And, you know, I'll admit, you know, that, you know, one of those things that people that, you know, that they do online is that they don't really know where to start. You know, so that's what this cheat sheet is going to do for you, is the social media activity cheat sheet that I put together for you guys, and it's in the description. You can go down there, you can pick it up. It's a PDF. It's going to help you guys out that are out there, you know, on different social media, you know, platforms, you know, particularly Facebook, since Facebook is, you know, really popular, and you can, you know, really get a lot of good, you know, feedback and traffic. I know people that do a lot of recruiting off of Facebook. So you need to have like this daily method, you know, of operation. You know, you got to get organized if you're going to take your business serious, and if it's really going to do something for you, such as, you know, get you to the next step. Maybe you do want to leave your job. So you need to know what you're doing day to day. So I created that free resource for you down in the description, and it's the social media activity cheat sheet. So you definitely want to go pick that up if you're online, you know, and you're looking to, you know, sell your products, recruit more people, and get way more engagement. So go down in the description and check that out. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.